One of the human being's favorite pastimes seems to be talking about his missed opportunities. It usually goes something like this. You know, I've lived here for 30 years. 30 years ago, I could have bought that piece of property where that new 60-story building is for a song. It was just an old empty lot filled with trash out at the end of town. Who would have thought that this growth would have taken place? I remember during my childhood in Southern California at the time of the Great Depression when I could have bought most of downtown Los Angeles for what I recently paid for a home. But there are a few snags to taking advantage of such astounding opportunities. I wasn't in the real estate business. I didn't know anything about it, and I had no idea as to what the future held. And even if I had, in those days, I thought I was a big success when I could scrape together enough money for a hamburger and a malted milk or the corner movie. I sold newspapers and worked in an ice cream store to do that. But the main reason why most of us don't take advantage of the opportunities by which we're daily surrounded is because most of us don't know where we want to go or how we want to get there. The old Roman Seneca once said, "When a person does not know what harbor he's making for, no wind is the right wind." In order to spot and seize an opportunity, or even to recognize an opportunity, we have to know where we're going, what it is we want to do and accomplish. To a person who wants to make his fortune in real estate, an empty lot is not an empty lot. It's the first floor of a skyscraper or the site of something. Other people, without such plans, don't even see it. It's just a place to toss your chewing gum. Then, too, people have a tendency to think of opportunities only in terms of the past. It doesn't seem to occur to people that the next 10 or 20 years might be as good or better than the last 10 or 20. People don't want to take chances on the future, just look wistfully at the past. But I can't think of a person who's failed by betting that the future is going to be as good or better than the present. Time always seems to be on the side of the optimists. Now, there have been short-term disasters for optimists, I'm sure. But over the long haul, like the people who bet on that Los Angeles real estate or hung on to what they owned, most of them did pretty well. I know there are glaring exceptions to this rule. A friend of mine hung on to a lot of stock his family had owned for many years, thinking it had to come back, and it never did. If you don't have the resources to hang on through periods of recession, you can lose your shirt. But still, all in all, time is on the side of the optimists, and there's abundant evidence of it almost everywhere you look. So don't think of opportunity as something you missed in the past. See it as something that is beckoning in the future. The old Roman was right. When a person doesn't know what harbor he's making for, no wind is the right wind. You have to know what you're shooting for to see the opportunity by which we're all surrounded.